To all powerful professions, there is a great weakness. I've always been in the mindset of that you're only as strong as your weakest link, and I pursue most endeavors that way. I see what the limiting factor is, and if we can kind of improve that limiting factor so it's less, then that's the best way we're going to kind of elevate the standard of the experience of that practice. Now, I'm going to speak more directly to the limitations of fitness and exercise because that's our topic today. And the greatest limitations is one or are that we are not skilled in the exercise profession in the art of touch. This is something that is mainly left to the massage therapist, physiotherapist in a sense, but very exclusive to osteopaths. Now, they are, in my opinion, the masters of touch. And I think it's a great disservice to not be able to kind of, at least impart some of the skills to the people that are going to be most strongly reacting or interacting with the people that want this, want to experience a skill or have the greatest potential to grow from utilizing the profession that offers a skill. Now, because in the fitness industry, we're more about how it visually looks. This is how we're going to kind of pick out the mechanics and cue the body positions that are supposed to be the best to create the perfect movement or the best biomechanical rhythm, if you want to call it something, so that the exercise can be performed with less chances of injury, essentially. And you can only do so much visually because you don't know what's actually happening with the muscle because you do not know what it feels like. Is there tension in it? Where is the tension? Is it from the outside leg, the inside of the knee? Is it from the arch of the foot? Is it from the tightness in the shoulder? We don't particularly know these things, so it limits the ability to address more appropriately the issues with exercise. And in gaining this information, you become a lot more efficient with which exercise you want to select and why you want to select it. So essentially better clinical reasoning for why you're picking an exercise for a person, which is always good. Now, on top of this, there is a missing piece, I feel, in fitness, but in most industries of health, where the client does not get the appropriate information to make sound decisions based on themselves. We are really good, though, at giving information. This information doesn't particularly translate into how they understand their body or how they can better do something for themselves, although it is more like it's best if you stretch 3 times a week because that's going to help you do this thing. We can see the importance of this and we can see how much value it has, and verbally it sounds like we're communicating this value, but the kind of real experience is missing when we tell this to the person that doesn't have our clinical backgrounds. And it is very important that they understand this for them to actually want to do and see the purpose of doing more completely these exercises or stretches. So that's thing number two. Thing number three, I would say, would be the understanding of how it all comes together. And I think this is more of a unlocked potential of exercise prescription or things to be improved upon in the fitness industry. We are too infatuated with the science, which is not completely a bad thing. I'm not saying science is bad because it's really great, but there is another piece, and because we capitalize so well on the scientific realm of things, it is even more important to capitalize on the experience of a thing. People do not do them because of the mechanical reasons of wanting to do them or benefits, but people do them because of their own reasons and how they kind of resonate with the experience of an exercise, with the experience of a class, with the experience of movement. The idea strongly behind, I think, the bridging of exercise prescription with other industries is allowing more of the experience to happen. It's really good for the clinicians to do the clinical thing, but I think it's more in the realm of the person who prescribed exercise to create a greater experience with these things, to bring the clinician's view to life, to bear on real life situations so that they can be greater implemented into how somebody lives and therefore have a greater impact on the self-care somebody can give. And in doing this, I feel that we will bridge a lot of the gaps of the fitness industry based on our new demands from the people needing changes in their lifestyle. Another thing to kind of take into consideration is that we need to do better with implementing the integration of emotional, physical, and mental health all into the same picture of movement and experience of movement. And I think that is a topic for a different day, but a very valid one nonetheless.